What's good, Eagles fans? Y'all are tuned into y'all dose of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just gotta charge it to the game. I'm your humble host, Tone Dishes II. If you're new to the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. If you've been loyal to the soil from the beginning, you already know where my heart is. But you guys, I want to get into the story or the saga, the unwritten book of Travis Fulgham. Travis Fulgham, in my opinion, had an amazing 2020 season. But unfortunately, it was kind of hampered by the lack of game planning for him, even though he was clearly the best player on the field for numerous weeks in a row. But let's just talk about his stats for the season. Now, understand this. He didn't get activated until week 4. And then on top of that, when week 10 came around, the dude was just completely written out of the game plan because Alshon Jeffrey came back from injury. And on top of that, Deshaun Jackson was coming back as well. So he was just knocked down the depth chart, and he lost snaps, he lost targets. So keep that in mind when I tell you his 2020 stats. So he played 13 games for us. He accumulated 38 receptions, 539 yards. He averaged about 14 yards per catch. His longest catch of the season was 42 yards, and he put up 4 touchdowns. Now, what makes him special, what makes Travis Fulgham so special, in my humble opinion, was not the stats for a whole season, but when he put the stats up, how he put the stats up, who he put the stats up against. Let's really talk about it, man. Week 4, the 49ers game. Travis Fulgham, 2 receptions, 57 yards, averaging 28 yards per catch. The longest catch of the day, 42 yards, and it was a touchdown. The game-winning touchdown, the game-clinching touchdown, to say the very, very least. When that game happened, I gotta admit, I was like, who is this guy? He just pulled us out of the depths of you know what. Then moving on to week 5, we played the Steelers. Now, granted, we lost that game, but we were very, very, very much in that game. Travis Fulgham put up 10 catches, 152 yards, averaged about 15 yards per catch, and he put up a touchdown. The dude was dominating that dominant defense. That was around the time when the Pittsburgh Steelers defense was killing everybody. Everybody thought the Steelers were going to just run away with everything. But the Steelers, they didn't really end up closing the deal in the end of the season. But nonetheless, Travis Fulgham just dominated that team just from beginning to end. He was electric. Then moving on to the Ravens game in week 6. Oh my God, that's actually one of my favorite performances by him. Even though he didn't put up 150 yards like he did last week, the way he put up his yards, the way he had got his catches against the Ravens was just so beautiful. So beautiful. He had 6 catches, 75 yards, averaged about 12 yards per catch, and he put up a touchdown. That touchdown came when he mossed Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey all at the same time in the back of the end zone. Come on, man. He went up and got it. And then the Giants game, 5 catches, 73 yards, averaged 14 yards per catch. The longest catch of the day, 40 yards. No touchdowns, but he was active. He caught important balls for us in that game. We won that game 22-21, very close. And then week 8 comes. We beat the Cowboys 23-9. He put up 6 receptions. 78 yards. What else? Averaged about 13 yards per catch. The longest catch of the day was 32 yards, and he had a touchdown. Look, we had a bye in week 9. I'm thinking, okay, Travis Fulgham is going to come back with a vengeance. Week 10 comes around. Then Alshon Jeffrey comes back, and all of a sudden, Travis Fulgham disappears. And it's not his fault. But I say all that to say, Travis Fulgham, I want him to break out once again officially in 2021. That's no fluke to me. It can't be a fluke. You don't put up those kind of numbers against those kind of teams the way he put them up, and you call that a fluke. That Steelers and Ravens game, that was it for me. That's how I know he was for real. Now, I know in previous years, Travis Fulgham, he played for the Detroit Lions, didn't really have an opportunity, really. Played for the Packers, didn't really have an opportunity. But he got his shot with the Eagles, and it came at the right time. And when he got put in, he took advantage. And I don't think that's a fluke. It just can't be. When you put up those kind of numbers, the way you put them up, in the time time span you put them up, but from week 4 up until week 8, Travis Fulgham on paper was the best wide receiver in the NFL. It's just that plain. He was leading pretty much every stat category, really, when it came to yards. he was going crazy. We got to get that man his respect. I got so much love for Travis Fulgham. I bought me a Travis Fulgham jersey. That's how serious I took this man. And I want this man to break out once again. And I need him to hold it down for the club. I need him to hold it down. Because if he breaks out again this year, I want the Eagles to secure the bag for him. I really do. Now, I do understand we got guys like Quez Watkins, John Hightower, Jalen Reagor, waiting in the rafters. You know what I'm saying? We even got Greg Ward still. And I do anticipate the Eagles going for another wide receiver as well in the draft. But Travis Fulgham has to be in the mix. I got a strong feeling we're going to move on from guys like Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson just because of their age and their health problems. But Travis Fulgham, I need him to be a large factor in this team. Now, here's my thing. If we don't go wide receiver in the first round, I'll be a little disappointed. But my thing is, if we get Travis Fulgham in peak form the way he was from week 4 all the way to week 8, and we just multiply that sample size to a full season, dog, can you imagine how dangerous he would be? First of all, he has all the measurables. He has all the measurables that lines up. The dude is 25 years old. He's 6'2", 215 pounds. He has a nice size for that wide receiver spot, especially to compete with these larger cornerbacks that are coming into the NFL. Man, these cornerbacks are getting bigger. They're getting quicker. Their arms are getting longer. It's insane. But Travis Fulgham, TF13, my man, I got high hopes for you, my brother. And I got a feeling he's going to break out in 2021 as well. I mean, some people will argue he broke out already, but Doug Peterson got in the way of that development, got in the way of that confidence because of putting Alshon Jeffrey in front of him. And that was strictly a veteran decision. That was strictly he's been here, let's put the old dog back in because he has the experience. But Alshon Jeffrey was pretty much non-existent once he came back. He didn't really start doing anything until Jalen Hurts got on the field. But even then, it wasn't really anything spectacular like Travis Fulgham's shoulders. And I'm not going to take nothing away from Alshon Jeffrey. He balled in 2017 and 18 for our Super Bowl year. But other than that, he's been pretty much pedestrian. And we got to move on. We got to get younger at that position. And TF13 can be the perfect replacement for that guy. TF13 is in his bag. He was in his bag, and he can continue to be in his bag. If Nick Sirianni puts him in position to understand that Travis Fulgham, what you did in those week 4 to week 8, week 9, wasn't a fluke, my man. It's far from it. But that's all I really have for you guys when it comes to Travis Fulgham. I do believe this guy will be here and should be here come 2021. And, that's all I have, man. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II. Y'all always tune into y'all dose of Chalk It Up. Where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Also, if you guys are new to the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you've been loyal to the soil, you already know what my heart is. Also, make sure you guys cop up on your Chalk It Up merch as well. Like I always tell you guys, the prices have been dropped. And in addition, we got hoodies on there. We got shirts. We got face masks, neck gaiters, phone cases for iPhones and Androids. Whatever you want, I got it. And whatever you need, I can provide it. But that's all I have for you guys. I'm your humble host, Tony DeShields II. And y'all was tuned into y'all dose of Chalk It Up. Where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love and fly, Eagles fly.